Welcome, friends, to the channel Classy Frugality. In case you don't know me, my name's Tanya, and I'm so glad that you've decided to join me today. On today's video, we're going to talk about contentment during a frugal lifestyle. There is a misconception among a lot of people that if you're a frugal person, you're just cheap. Some may think you're miserable. You're not allowed to spend any money. They think that you live in a place that's maybe, dirty or sparse. Like you don't have any furnishings. You don't have any decor. They would probably perceive your home as not being very inviting or homey. There are just a lot of misconceptions I think that people may have about those of us who are frugal. So I just wanted to get into a few of those things and talk about 5 ways that you can experience contentment, happiness, and fulfillment while leading a frugal lifestyle. Number 1. I think that you can experience contentment and happiness if you take care of what you have. If you keep your home clean, if you keep your automobile, if you have one, clean, your clothing, you do the best that you can to clean and maintain those things. Straighten up a little bit. I know you're busy. I'm busy too. We're all very, very much busy, and it seems like the world is just spinning faster and faster these days. I think it really is true what I've heard older folks say as I was growing up. It's like the older you get, the faster time goes, and it really does seem that is the case. But, I do like to take time, even if it's time to just straighten up, even if it's not full on cleaning, full on, scrubbing the floor, or even sweeping and mopping the floor, even if it's taking time to straighten up my throw pillows or, wash our plates after I'm done eating and nothing else. I like to do that. One thing I absolutely do every morning, and I realize this might not be possible for you, especially if you share a bed with a spouse who's still using that bed when you get up, but I like to make my bed every morning. This way, if I accomplish absolutely nothing else during the day, I have done that one thing. And so it's also nice to come home to a made bed and a clean home at the end of a hard, long day of work. Number 2, keep your clothing mended and ironed. Now, I am not a seamstress. I do not have a sewing machine. All I have is a little sewing kit with a little needle and thread, and, I have hemming tape and just basic stuff. But if a button comes off or a button's loose, you see it's loose, go ahead and try to get that fixed straight away, because if you lose the button, you may have a hard time finding a match to that. Also, once your clothes start looking tattered and worn, that's when you start sort of thinking, I need new clothes, I need to go shopping, which you know what that means. That means money. I need to spend money. Well, if you buy classic pieces that don't go out of style and you take care of those pieces, then that can help you stay content with what you have. My dad always told us when we were younger that classic pieces last longer. They never go out of style. And he was right. He was absolutely correct. And my dad's no longer with us, but I give him a lot of credit. He took 2 daughters back to school shopping every single year in a mall that was 2 hours away from our home. Well, actually multiple malls. He was so patient. But that's one of the pieces of advice that he always gave us. So buy classic clothes that'll last. Keep what you do have mended, clean, and ironed. Ironing seems to be something that's going by the wayside. But try if you can. At the very least, try to keep those, on hangers. That way stuff's not just wadded up, looking bad, and then you have nothing to wear. You're tempted to buy more. All right. Number 3, use the good dishes. Go ahead and set your table. Use the good stuff. If there is something that makes you happy right now, as far as a pretty set of china, maybe you inherited that down from parents or grandparents, or maybe you just found a nice, set of dishes in a thrift store or wherever you like those. Get those out and use those. Set your table up pretty. Get you some candles. Candles are available at thrift stores or the dollar stores, Dollar General, Dollar Tree. They're very inexpensive. Set the table pretty when you eat. Light those candles. Go out and gather you some wildflowers and put them in a vase, put them in some water. Make dining an occasion. That way, no matter what you're eating, even if you're eating beans and rice, you will feel like you're in a 4-star restaurant. It's all in the mindset. It's all in presentation. Number 4, be intentional with trying to find the good things during the day. Make you a list. I showed you a free devotional on another video that I had received in the mail, and I linked a link that showed you where to get that. Be intentional about being thankful for the things that you have, and that helps to lead to contentment. Be thankful to God for if you have food, shelter, clothing, a job, for good health, whatever you're thankful for. Try to think of at least 4 or 5 things each day. Write those down on paper. And then think about those things. And this leads to just general happiness. Pretty soon, that'll change your mindset from a negative one to a positive one. Like I've always heard, turn that frown upside down. Finally, number 5, social media. What can I say about it? I mean, we're always comparing ourselves, aren't we, on social media? And some folks intentionally stage their homes before they'll take a photograph. They intentionally have to have on the best clothing, a full face of makeup. They everything has to be perfect. And they'll only shoot from the good angles. But what may be outside of that camera range? They could have a sink full of dirty dishes out there. It could be, it's untelling. People present what they want us to see. No one wants to, I don't think, some people don't mind, but a lot of people don't want to let anybody know that they're imperfect, even though we're all imperfect people. That's just the reality. That's how God made us. We're imperfect people. But lots of folks don't want you to know that. Keep in mind, though, your home, no matter where you live, is just as good as anybody else's. Your lifestyle, your life is worth just as much as anybody else's. And if you choose to live a lifestyle that's a frugal lifestyle, don't feel bad when you go to social media and you see people talking about fancy new automobiles that they bought, or, you know, the cruises that they just went on, or the bigger house that they traded their starter house for. You know, they like to push that term starter house around. I can even remember when we bought our home, they referred to it as a starter home, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. And they were talking about how down the street from us, they were going to do, I think he called it phase 2 of the subdivision. And I can remember so well the realtor talking to us about, oh, eventually, you know, we'll have phase 2 complete. They're bigger homes, and you'll be able to put your starter home on the market and upgrade to a bigger home. Well, I'm here to tell you I have no interest in that. This home is more than enough for us. We've been in it for 17 years, and I plan on staying here for a long, long time. But it's all about contentment, being happy with what you have. All right. Now that we've thought of those things, and I've told you all kinds of different ways to be content, I thought it'd be fun to give you a little bit of a tour of our home. Our home's not perfect, but I've worked hard to try to make the best of what we have. The things in our home aren't expensive. I guess the most expensive thing that we purchased lately was a refrigerator, because we had to, because our other one messed up. But you're going to see our living room, the entryway, kitchen and dining area, the master bedroom, and a guest bedroom. Pay attention to the decor, because even though you're going to see a lot of silver teapots and silver trays and all this other stuff, that all came from thrift stores. If the trays didn't come from a thrift store, they came from Dollar Tree for $1.25. You know, I've got all kinds of decor from yard sales. I have stuff that my mother has given me. I have things, you know, quilts passed down from my mother, from my grandmothers when they were alive, from my husband's grandmother, just all kinds of things. I have a wingback chair that my husband rescued. It was going to be thrown away because the legs were broken off of it. He fixed it. I just have a whole bunch of stuff that we managed to mesh into what I consider a cozy home. I'm very happy with what I have. I'm very thankful for what I have. So just try to take these things into consideration and think about how you can be more content and more happy while leading a frugal lifestyle. So enjoy the tour of my home. Well, as you can see, my home's not perfect either, but I took everything that I've collected over the years that I found at thrift sales, thrift stores, yard sales. Family has given it to me, and I've put it all together to create a comfortable, cozy home with the things that I enjoy. My appliances don't all match in the kitchen. My refrigerator's white. My stove and microwave and dishwasher are black. My dishwasher hasn't worked for several years, but that's okay. You saw my dishes on the counter in the drainer where I had washed them. That's okay. I have places in my sheetrock that need to be painted. My whole bedroom needs to be painted. I need new carpet. You know what? That's okay. I try to keep it clean. I try to keep everything comfortable with things that I enjoy, and I try to be thankful every day. You don't have to spend big wads of cash to find true contentment in life. If you enjoyed my video, please consider giving me a big thumbs up. I really am glad that you decided to join me for this video today. If you haven't subscribed to Classy Frugality yet, please hit that subscribe button down in the corner. I would love for you to be a part of the Classy Frugality family. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, have a blessed day.